Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
this project is a joke. There is no project. We spent 250 million quid in the summer, and the team is worse than last season.
Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. And I am your host, Mike, and I'm joined in a virtual room roaring with a lion. I have Chris, and it's the Monday show on a Sunday because of the man here, Chris, who suggested a Monday show on a Sunday. And Chris, we're already living through the weekend. We're living it right now. So what was Christmas like? What was the moment of Christmas?
I had a nice Christmas, actually. Probably one of the better ones of the last few years. No one was ill, for one, which is always a bonus at Christmas.
That's a win.
Yeah. And it's quite a chilled, normal Christmas day, really. I mean, I woke up Christmas morning with a really bad headache at 5:15, which isn't ideal. But yeah, it was quite a chilled Christmas day. I had a nice walk in the afternoon. Hey, I tell you what as well. For the first time in at least the last 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
We didn't overcook Christmas dinner. We didn't have enough leftovers to feed 8,000 people. So we actually got the portion sizes spot on this year.
I'm in day 3 of eating turkey, and I am happy to do so. Because, it wasn't Boxing Day yesterday. So, yeah, day 4 of turkey.
Wow.
Day 4 of turkey.
That's a lot of turkey.
It's a lot of turkey. Look, chill Christmas, good food. I was better, so that was a victory. A bit more exam revision because I want to get that sorted for January, that exam. I did catch the NFL on Christmas. Very meh as games go. Christmas Eve was solid. Loads of nothing beats a classic Simpsons episode from the Christmas periods. So yeah, it was good. And you know what? While we're on the topic of Christmas, I'm going to say a huge thank you to everyone who messaged us about the Christmas quiz episode that we dropped on the big day. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. That's helpful. Little peek behind the curtain here, though. Look, we usually get, not bragging, we usually get around 4,000 to 5,000 people listening per episode, which is amazing. Still amazing. The quiz pulled in just over 2,000 as of time of recording. So considering it was released on Christmas Day, I think that's a massive win. That's a lot of people tuning in for a quiz. So safe to say, At the Bridge Pod Quiz 3 will most likely happen in the not so distant future. I think it was, well, I won't go into too much because there's a Shevva shout out on it. So let's go there. First ones are from our Newcastle episode. Leo, I don't think online fans should really be part of the fan discussion. Every fan base looks insanely ridiculous online because that's what gets clicks, not because people actually think or act like that. Whenever I talk to people who watch the Premier League, it never matches what I see online. The online football space isn't about real discussion. It's just headlines and rage bait. It sounds like they're not real fans, Chris. These online people.
I mean, he is right there. That is
100%.
That is completely true. However, realistically, that's the only thing you do have to go off, unless you're going to games every week. Yep. And if you're not going to games every week, then who do you talk to? You have to go with what the consensus is online. Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, it depends. I feel like it depends where you go. Twitter is Twitter. We know it. Instagram is it's better. Not really a platform for social media in the sense, when I say that, in sense of discussion. It's photos.
It's not really a discussion thing, is it?
Reddit is always interesting, I find. I think it's quite balanced because you also see people upvote, downvote the stuff that they align with. And I've noticed it's more rational. You don't see much clickbait there. It's very rational comments, which is always good. I think it's always good to a little stalk of the Reddit. And also rival club Reddits. I do stalk rival club Reddits and interestingly go, oh, okay, it's nice to see that they're thinking that way. And it's an interesting read. Alex, Chris is right about the sliding expectations. Tammy Abraham is rather unfairly talked about like he was a failure by most fans, but if he had the exact same output under his this ownership, the fans online would call him world class.
That's so true.
I think that's another hit. I think our listeners
Honestly,
have been hit after hit here.
That is absolutely bang on the money. What was it? The year of the transfer ban.
Yeah.
I think he scored like 14 Premier League goals, was it?
I have got it here. It was 18. Oh no, 15 in 34. 15 in 34.
15. Yeah, honestly, our fans now will be talking about him being world class.
Generational.
But even at the time, the general consensus was, don't think Abraham's good enough. He's just scored 15 goals. Nah, I just don't think he's good enough. Yeah, bizarre.
It is mind blowing. It's just how the course is. I was just about to literally pull up a Premier League stat from a previous year, see who was the top scorer, and say like that particular year. It was probably I've got the stats there. Let's go. It was 29-20 was that when we were banned? No. Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Tammy Abraham 15. Sergio Aguero got 16 that year. 2 were penalties.
Wow.
What? Yeah, that's what a year.
I do. Do you know what? What didn't help Abraham that year, though, was the fact that he scored a lot of goals in the front end of the season and not a lot in the back end. And for some reason, fans only seem to remember March, April, and May.
Yeah,
it's like the rest of the season doesn't matter.
It doesn't count. Oh, right. And now the Shevva shoutouts from our quiz episode. We've got Poi. Cheers, guys, and Merry Christmas. Speaking of Christ, that 10 pointer from Chris was turning water into wine. Absolutely ridiculous. Jesus, Chris.
In fairness, that could be my best moment ever.
It was just beautiful. The fact that it was not just that player, it was that player, and you got the season as well. I think that is just insane. I'd never heard of that guy. I
will never ever live up to that expectation again.
I just can't get over that.
I'm like
never heard of him.
That's like the equivalent of Michu's season at Swansea.
Yeah,
I mean, you're never going to do that again.
He's only scored 8. He only scored 4 Premier League goals, and you got 1.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
Okay, now that's mad, that is.
Yeah. L House 75. Cheers, lads. Absolutely love that format. No discussing the shite in the Clear Lake model. No Maresca rumour shite. Had a blast. A couple worldies. The Puskas Award winning tiebreaker, hitting the appearances for Di Natale on the nose, and Chris with the Zlatan overhead finish against England on the Barnsley shout. It was a very fun episode. It was just absolutely incredible knowledge on this show. Incredible knowledge. Aura defining. It was aura defining for this show. So thank you for your reviews, comments, and support. Of course, we really do appreciate each one. And if you want yours read out, just head over to Spotify, drop one on this show, and we'll have a look. And it might get a shout on the next one. And again, I'm going to plug it again because it's worked so well. If you haven't already joined our Discord, the invite link is in the episode description of this episode, on every episode. It's a brilliant community. It grows every single time I plug it on here. So please give it a go. Just join. It's free. And if you don't like it, you can leave. It's all good. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, check it out for us. Thank you.
A quick shout out to our partners heading the game who have some brilliant upcoming sessions starting in January of the new year 2026. They are running multiple completely free programs focused on combining physical activity with mental well-being, all in that supportive, no pressure environment that you know and trust. First up, it's their 12-week men's mental fitness football program. It's a mixed ability space where the scoreline doesn't matter, but the conversation does. It's open to men aged 18 or over, completely free, and a great way to build a healthy routine for the new year. That's starting on Monday, the 19th of January 2026. It's at 8 p.m. at Hurstmere School 3G in Sidcup. And they're also running free flexible football with mental health support at Lee Academy 3G in Erith. Whether you want to just talk or just play, you'll find a very welcoming group of lads and a very, very great atmosphere. That beginning on Thursday, the 15th of January 2026. And it's at 7:30, so no pressure, there's no cost, just football and support every week. What more could you ask for? And finally, for anyone aged 50 or over, maybe your dad, your granddad, your nan, your mum, Head in the Game are launching a fantastic new Yoga for Living Well program. These sessions are gentle, social, and designed to help you get active, meet new people, and just boost your well-being. They run every Thursday at 11:15 a.m, starting the 15th of January at the Bradbury Centre on Reculver Road in Herne Bay. So, for full details and to get involved, head over to headinthegame.co.uk.
And with that, we're going to hit some news. Oh, charcuterie board of news. There's only one. Really quiet week, actually, of Chelsea news. Don't worry, we're only a few days away from the window, so pretty sure once that's open, not quiet week. No quiet weeks for us. It was a report out of France. So that was...
Has France been said?
Yes, we're talking about it right now because Kendry Paez may not finish the season at Strasbourg. And apparently he cannot get in the rhythm of Ligue 1, the matches, and his lifestyle is not optimal. Now, this is a player who was actually voted Ligue 1 Young Player of the Month for September of this year. And then since, it was exciting times. It was, this guy's, we've got another one. But since that trajectory has gone the wrong way, and no goals or assists for the club or country since 21st of September. That's 16 games because somebody was actually just not in the squad. So I'm usually reluctant to overreact to reports like this, but when it's a player underperforming at what is essentially our sister club, that's a little concerning. Apparently, apparently this struggling to adapt is a worry, because the biggest red flag in the report for me was the line, his lifestyle is not optimal. Now, that might surprise some fans, others it won't, because similar questions were raised when back in Ecuador, when he was surrounded by, obviously, people he knows, very familiar faces, very comfortable environment. So we can't really point the finger at Strasbourg this time, or he's settling into a new culture because it's a new league, etc. Because we had similar problems before. He is only 18, so look, writing him off would be extremely foolish. I think this is where I keep coming back to the same point. Young players need guidance. There's a reason we don't let children teach in schools. You need maturity, you need a structure, and you need people around you who cannot just coach you. But Chris, you're a coach. It's not just tactical coaching. You're coaching mentally as well. I know I'm 32 now, and I'll happily admit I was an absolute idiot until my early 20s. Poor decisions, bad judgment, and that was a generation where cameras weren't everywhere. And the difference is I'm not a footballer. No one cares about me. They don't care.
Yeah.
They care about Kendry Paez. Didn't he?
I think.
Yeah.
I think people have to understand that although they are footballers, and yes, they're role models, and yes, everyone knows how you should act, they are still teenagers. They're still stupid. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Physiologically, their brains are stupid. They make them make stupid decisions. That's actual scientific proof that their brains don't function the same as they do when you're 30. Teenage brains make them act like morons. They make them make very poor decisions. And you are right. This is why it's so important that young footballers especially surround themselves in an environment where there's people who are going to hold them accountable and people who they can look up to in terms of how they should be behaving, and people whose word is going to carry weight when they tell them that what they're doing isn't right. Because you are right, from a coaching point of view, when you're coaching players, you're coaching people. You're not coaching players. They are players, but you're coaching people. You have to handle people in a different way. And I've always sort of my own sort of philosophy on this, as from myself as a coach, is I have to set the standard that I want players to do. So if I want players who are fully committed, in grassroots it's different than elite football, but looking at the sort of grassroots level of it, if I want players who are fully committed and I want them to be at every training session and available for every game, then I have to be. I can't go taking time off and then expecting players to be there all the time. No, you set the standard. Is it always easy? No. Have I had to go and do a lot of coaching sessions when I haven't felt very well? Yes. Or when you have stuff going on that means that maybe you don't want to be there on that day? Yes. But you have to put that aside and you go and do it. So then when you turn around to players who aren't doing it, they can't ever throw it back at you and go, well, you missed training last week because you went and, watch the England game or whatever. Like, you set the standard and then players have to reach it, and then you have certain players in the group who also set the standard. And I think a lot of football teams at the moment are missing that, and Chelsea's a massive one. I mean, I think we're missing that in the first team massively. And I think you look at Strasbourg, and now again they're in the same model of a lot of young players who are leading each other. Well, who's setting the standard?
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes, 100%. Like I said, the key difference between myself and Kendry Paez is I'm not a professional footballer. My mistakes were forgettable. No one. If I do something stupid, it's the truth is I am nobody. Whilst Kendry is a footballer. For these players, every misstep is magnified. It's archived. It can permanently shape how they're perceived. And if it's not managed properly, you do risk young talent being labelled as, it's one with a attitude problem. He's had, even if you've had the chance to grow up, mature, it'll be, remember when he had an attitude? Look, this has raised its head again. It's just a fuck up. I think it was a year or so ago, he was caught vaping with his friends. And that's a stupid thing. Again, magnified because of who he is. And I know the attitude of, yes, but he should know better. I agree. I also feel someone should be saying this to them, going, hang on, look, you shouldn't be doing this. This is why you've got to set. But look at the tweets. We've seen multiple times footballers, they do one thing wrong on the pitch. Someone will dive through their tweets and find something they said when they were like 15 or whatever and go, this is who they are. You need to remove all of social media if you're a footballer.
I think it's ridiculous as well, because like you said, the mistakes you made as a teenager, I made as a teenager, they're never going to affect your career unless it was something illegal. But for some reason, like footballers especially, everyone treats every mistake they make like it's something highly illegal. Like him being caught vaping, really stupid for a footballer to be caught vaping. It's not illegal.
Nope.
It's not illegal. It's frowned upon from the club because you're meant to be an athlete. But it's not illegal. He hasn't been caught doing drugs. He hasn't ran someone over. And I think sometimes the media do blow this stuff out of proportion when you just think, hey, it's a kid. He was like 16, 17, whatever he was at the time. He probably got peer pressured into having a vape. Someone took a photo, which again is a major problem for footballers these days. Everyone photographing everything, especially their mates. It's just one of them. But I think from his point of view, the main thing that comes out of that for me sounds to me like he isn't preparing for games properly, and that is solely on him. Because if you're seeing from a manager's point of view that he isn't preparing for games properly, you're not going to play him.
I'll go quickly. You said about the Strasbourg. Right. The oldest player who's actually in the squad. When I say in the squad, it would be like going, Marcus Bettinelli. No. That doesn't count. They're not really in the squad. It's Ben Chilwell, who's 29. Other than that, everyone else is 24 or under. There we go.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
There we go. I mean, I was all right at 24, 23, still a bit of a dick. It's just one of them. Yeah. I'm talking to things that are a bit like a dick. They sometimes are good, sometimes they're not. It's winners and losers because we welcomed Aston Villa to Stamford Bridge.
Tielemans corner. Watkins! What a substitution! Aston Villa are walking in a Watkins wonderland. From one.
Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 2. Apart from that absolutely forced joke from the commentary about walking in a Watkins wonderland, which I didn't like at the time and I don't like it now. Winners and losers. Just it's not funny. It's not funny. Who have you got and how many have you got?
I've got 2 and 5.
Fucking hell. I got 3 and 3 and I really forced it. I forced it so bad. You'll see how long because when yeah. My first winner, Robert Sanchez.
Yeah, he's on mine.
Fair
Brilliant,
play.
I thought.
3 outstanding second half saves. I'm not going to blame him for either goal. The equaliser is bad. It's bad. It's so shitty bad luck. He makes the block. It just rebounds in off Watkins. It's just one of them. It really is. I've not seen anyone. We're all sensible Chelsea fans for once. I've not seen anyone go, oh, it's his fault. It's just what it is. It could have rebounded off anybody.
Yeah.
It's just bad luck. The winner,
it's actually a good save, the initial first
the
save.
initial one, yeah. It's just pinball. It happens. The winner from the corner, he reacts sharply. It is a perfect header into the corner.
Yeah, it really is.
It's so good. It's so good when you look at it. And his XG, I've got to bring it up because he faced 2.95 by the numbers. That means by the numbers, he should have conceded 3 and he didn't.
Yeah.
That's rock solid. And I've got nothing negative to say about him this season. Reliable, calm. He did slip over and gave away a free kick. So I'll let it off. He's just done his job. And for a player that some people would still say we should have got Mike Mannion, I don't really care. With Sanchez has done more than enough to justify. He's probably in the top 5. If I had to do my player rating, he'd probably be in the top 5. He's done well. Why was he your winner?
I thought he was the only reason why we didn't lose the game more comfortably.
Yeah.
I think the one save that's gone really under the radar was the one from Ian Maatsen at the near post. To save that with one hand from that close, with how hard and quick he hit that, is an unbelievable save. Claiming from corners again was really good.
Yeah.
I think that's why they started taking out swingers, because he was catching all the in swingers and he's become really good at that. I really feel sorry for him because he was one of 2 players who I thought didn't deserve to be on the losing side, because he literally did all he could to make sure we got something out of the game and was massively let down by the people in front of him.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just trying to jog my memory. So I gave up trying to jog my memory and tried to watch the highlights to see when he makes the save against Maatsen. I can't seem to find it. So that's great. Was it before or after the first goal? I found
before.
I found it. Yeah. Yes, because that's the save that I thought hit him in the face.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good save. I was like,
unbelievably strong hand.
Yeah, it was one of those because you see, if you watch it in real time, it's definitely hit his face. It's not. It's actually hit his. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. Fair play to him. You know what? I know who your second player is. I had him as the third winner, Reece James.
Yeah.
Right now, bloody hell, this is depressing. He's our best defensive and offensive player. You know, at times it feels like he's just carrying the team on his back. The leadership's there, the quality. No doubt. The intelligence, everything you'd want from your captain. When he's fit and firing, the level difference is obvious. Didn't deserve to be on the losing team.
No. And again, amazingly, I thought we missed him in midfield.
Yeah, he was at right back, wasn't he?
Yeah. Right. Now, I will come on to this later, but we moved him to right back for this game to deal with Morgan Rogers, who plays off the left. Mm-hmm. I think that's brilliant. And I looked at the team sheet and I thought, yeah, that is brilliant coaching, because he's looked at who's their best player, Morgan Rogers. Who can lock up any good player in the world? Reece James moving to right back. However, after, I'm going to say 30 seconds of the game, Unai Emery went, nah, what we're going to do is we're going to go 4-4-2. Buendia's going to go and play out on the left, and Morgan Rogers is going to go and play up front with Marlon so he can float and drift across the back four. What do? We left Reece James at right back. Why? There's no point having him there now. He's only there for Morgan Rogers, and Morgan Rogers ain't playing there. So move him. Because again, it was a good idea in principle, but when you look at it, you think the midfield looked awful without Reece James in it, and I don't think Reece James is a midfielder. So again, it's not a great yardstick for our midfield, but I did think when he did have to defend against Rodgers, he defended really well. He made some crucial interceptions as well in the first half to stop counter-attacks. His passing was really good. Leadership was really good. Obviously, the corner is an unbelievably good corner to give us the lead. I think at the minute, he's our best player at the minute.
Yeah, I'll say one thing. That was the 6th game he started. Obviously, he did miss the ones against Cardiff and Leeds. He weren't in those two. However, ever since the Arsenal game, he's played 6 games since then, 90 minutes in each one.
Yeah, I think we're at a point now where maybe we just have to stop talking about his fitness.
Yeah,
because
it's not
he's been
point
fit.
of talk.
He's been fit for over a year now. So
yeah, it's amazing. And imagine if you'd have said, "Oh, he's going to complete 6 games. Maybe he won't play the shitty games. He'll still get a 1 or 2 game rest. That's standard. He'll play 90 minutes though. You'd be like, oh my word! You would bite your hands off. I'd bite everything. Amazing. And you know what? I'll take my final winner because, like I said, I struggled for 3, but I got one. The first half, we completely suffocated Villa. 0 shots. They had 0 on target. 0 big chances. They created nothing. They had 3 touches in our box. We controlled the game. You look, if you go to any score app that shows momentum or domination or whatever you wish to call it, the sea of blue for the first half is amazing. It's like looking at a beautiful summer sky. Not a single dot of burgundy on that, of claret and blue, nothing. Nope. We controlled it. We went 1-0 up. Box ticked. We dominated. Box ticked. Credit where it's due. However, Chris, football matches don't last 45 minutes, do they?
They do not.
They last for 90 minutes at the moment. And that's kind of the problem. Because with winners go to losers, and that's my word. You've got 5. I will let you kick off.
Enzo Maresca.
I'm not saying he's not on my list. I'm just saying that I've gone with my own brand of my own Mikey-isms. So you'll see where I've gone.
I'm fed up of him. I really am. And so I think he set us up perfectly. Like I said, Reece James right back, fine. Yeah, exactly what I would have done. Perfect. Really good idea. Tweaked it slightly tactically to try and negate their best player. And I thought first half we did that. Actually made Morgan Rogers get really frustrated and he started being a bit petulant. And I think we completely got in his head. I think we completely put him off his game. Absolutely brilliant first half where we dominated. Villa barely got out the half. The counter press was really good. Stopped all the transitions. Except for one thing in the first half and one moment. And the thing that annoys me about Maresca, and this will be the same with any manager, I don't think it's your job when you're managing a game from the sideline. It's not your job to notice what's going well. Because if it's going well, I don't need to have an input in it. So everything we was doing that was good, you don't need to notice that because we're doing that. That's fine. I can leave that alone and that's working. It's your job to notice the things that aren't going so well for your team and notice weaknesses in the opposition. He failed to do both of those things because there was one moment in the first half where Villa had done absolutely nothing, but then they played one pass and it got Morgan Rogers 1v1 against Badiashile. And I don't know why the bloke didn't shoot. He tried to ball roll and come inside, and Badiashile tackled him, and we got away with it. But I thought they've played one pass and it's took 8 of our players out of the game. How is that happening? And I thought at the time, that's going to be a problem if that happens. If it's that easy for them to get onto our back line and isolate Badiashile 1v1, we're in trouble. The rest of the half, they didn't do it again. So I think nobody really notices those things. But it's the manager's job to notice that. That's what he's paid for. And as soon as Matty Cash got booked, the whole game plan then should have been get the ball to Garnacho, tell Cucurella to keep going over there and creating a 2v1 against him, and just tell Garnacho, every time you get the ball, run at him. Every time you get the ball, just run at him now, because he can't touch you. I don't think after Matty Cash got booked, I don't think Garnacho tried to take him on once. Again, that's a weakness in the opposition that you haven't noticed and tried to exploit. He was a red card waiting to happen, Matty Cash was, in the first half, and we completely let him off the hook. 45 minutes of complete domination, but I remember Martinez making one save, and that was off the cross into the box that João Pedro got a touch on at the near post and it hit him in the face. How can you be that dominant in a game where you spend 45 minutes exclusively in the opposition's half?
Yeah.
And only force their keeper to make one real save. It's not good enough. Our attacking play is nowhere near good enough. And I'm at a point now where I'm thinking, are these players as bad as we think? Or is Maresca really struggling to get anything out of them? Because I look at it and I think, if you have a team who's performing, and you have 1 or 2 players who aren't at this reaching the same level as everyone else, I think you look at the individual player. So if you've got a team that's free-flowing, scoring goals, let's take prime Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp with Firmino, Salah, Mane, right? If you add another attacker into that, and they're not scoring, they're not creating, they're not getting assists, you'd look at that player individually and go, yeah, either you're not good enough or you can't cope with the Premier League, but that's something that's a you problem, because these 3 are banging in goals for fun. So what are you're doing something wrong. When you've got 5 or 6 players and none of them are doing anything, that's a coaching problem, because they're not all bad players. And I hear a lot people going, well, Maresca's being hamstrung by the recruitment. He's being given players like Garnacho, Gittins, Liam Delap. These players aren't good enough. And that may well be true. But is Cole Palmer good enough?
Yeah, good question.
As a footballer, is Cole Palmer good enough?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, but he's not under Maresca. Because he's got 8 goals and assists in 34 games or whatever it is. That's absolute shit.
Yeah.
Is Esteval good enough? Yes, he is. Not under Maresca, yeah.
No. I agree.
I just think I'm at a point now where everything screams in the face of, actually, this squad isn't as bad as it looks, but the manager just isn't getting anything out of them anymore. It's just the same thing, rinse and repeat. When we play a good team, we'll look really good. When we play mid-table teams, will be absolutely shit. When we play teams down the bottom, we either lose or we beat them 4-0. There's no in between. It's got to get to a point where I am fed up now of the excuses with Maresca. And the one excuse I'm really fed up of is, well, he hasn't got any experience. He hasn't got any experience in the team. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got any experience in the team. That's true. And that is a major problem. And we've all agreed, haven't we, that, yes, we need some experienced players. You need at least 2, I think, through the spine of the team. Real experienced players. But let's not act like he's working with an under-18 squad. Enzo Fernandez is an experienced player now. You look at his experience. He's played at a World Cup. He's played over 100 professional games now. Moises Caicedo is an experienced player. Trevor Chalobah, I would argue, is an experienced player. So, and now here, I said to you earlier that I've got a stat for you, didn't I?
You did indeed.
Here it is. So the average age of this Chelsea squad is somewhere between 23.7 and 24.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The average age of our team in 2004, 2005, Mourinho's title winning year, first title winning year, was 24.
Wow.
So don't talk to me about experience. Everyone thinks Mourinho had a really experienced team when he first took over Chelsea. He didn't, because Lampard, Terry, Cech, Drogba, they was all young players then, much younger than what we remember them as.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, he won the title with, I think it's the record of the youngest average age title winners. Was Mourinho's first title with us, 24 years old. And our team now is 23.7. So there's no difference in it at all.
Yeah, it says here, you're right. They are 24.3. It's the youngest title winning. Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't realise that.
No, to be fair, I didn't know that until I seen it. I was scrolling through social media when I saw it, and I thought, oh, well,
wow,
to be fair, then that completely negates the excuse of this team isn't experienced enough.
Yeah, that's hit me for 6. I did not expect that. I just thought, for some reason, it's kind of one of them. You think John Terry was born 30 years old.
Yeah, that is the thing. When you look back at it, you just always assume Lampard, Cech, Terry, Drogba.
30.
You just assume that they was always 31.
Yeah,
they was 31 for 10 years.
Yeah, it's just all the experience. Yeah, Carvalho. Oh, Carvalho was probably joined us when he was like 22. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's that. Yeah, you're right. You kind of hit that out of the water. First loser is spare chairs at the Christmas table. Now, this is where I've gone with, because every Christmas you have, everyone knows you have family over, you invite them all in, and you realise straight away you don't have enough chairs. So anything vaguely chair shaped gets dragged in. That's how I feel some of our summer signings have felt. We've just dragged them in, gone, that's perfect, that'll fit, this is great, it'll work. Liam Delap, what does he do? More importantly, what does he bring? He comes on and he picked up a stupid yellow card 3 minutes later. He's been on the pitch, yellow card. Oh, he contributed nothing. He didn't have a shot. He didn't create a chance. He had no touches in the box. He's cost us 30 million. He's had zero impact all season. He has more yellow and red cards than goals for us this season, 3-1. There we go. I watch him. He plays a bit like Cam Chancellor of the Seahawks back in the Legion of Boom. He's charging into people. Now in the NFL, that's great. It's really brilliant. In football over here, it's not that great. It doesn't work. Get you booked. And that's what he seems to be very good at. And then I look at another player we've brought in, Jamie Gittins. He came on, 21 minutes he played, did absolutely nothing. He had no shots, no chances created. He did get dispossessed though, so he did contribute. People listening to this podcast right now contributed more in that game than any of those two players. And that is £51.5 million we spent roughly for Jamie Gittins, 30 million on Liam Delap. So that's 80 million. Let's call it 80 million. They were signings expected to make an impact instantly. They're extra chairs. They've been used a couple of times and then they'll be shoved back away, out of sight, out of mind. I'd be stunned if either are here next summer. I don't know what they add. They don't add anything. That's the worst thing you can. £80 million and we've done nothing again. Oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, Liam Delap yesterday. I think he had more yellow cards than touches, because I don't actually remember him touching. I don't actually remember him touching the ball. But I don't understand what the shock factor is. You're signing a striker who got relegated with Ipswich Town, and we've signed him and gave him the number 9 shirt at a club that wants to win the league. What do you
Yeah.
think is going to happen there? Like, honestly, on what planet does that work out, that move? Like, again, this is not a computer game. This is real life, and you are taking him from one environment, and you are putting him in a completely. It's not even it's like taking a polar bear and putting it in the desert. It's not the polar bear's fault that it can't survive there. It's in the wrong place, and that's what Liam Delap is. He is someone who's in the wrong place.
Well, he could have gone to Manchester United. I don't think that would have been any better.
That wouldn't have been any better. He needed to go
Brighton,
Everton.
Oh
Yeah, Everton, Brighton, West Ham. That's what he needed to do first. Stepping stones.
Yeah.
But again, it's just madness.
It's mad because I look at Liam Delap and Jamie Gittins and I think they need loan deals. They need loan moves to get. That is fine. 80 million. You know what? I'll bring in another player, another chair for Christmas. Joel Hatto. He looks like he might be out the door January. Literally today, we've seen rumours that Ajax are interested in a lot. What's going? What are we doing? Like genuinely, just stop. What are we doing? Mad.
And you know what? I do think eventually this is where the might be the straw that breaks the camel's back between the board and Maresca. This for me, because I do think if you're the people who keep buying all these players, and especially considering that these are data-driven people, so they're signing players based on data, so they should work out because that's what the data suggests, that this player suits what we're trying to do and all that. All the metrics are good, and these players should come in, and very few of them should fail. That's not the case, though, is it? Most of the signings are coming in, and Maresca's not getting a tune out of any of them, and then we're having to try and move them on again. I think eventually that will be what breaks the relationship between the board and Maresca. It won't be the performances on the pitch, because I'm still not convinced the board give a shit about that. It will be the fact that they keep giving him players, he keeps making them worse, and they have to keep selling them. I think that's what'll end this eventually.
Who's your second loser?
Well, I've got the sporting director out people.
Oh, okay.
Now, listen to me. Do I think they do a good job? No. Do I think that it's perfectly fair for fans to want them out? Yes, 100%. However, I don't hear any of this when they are doing the stuff. It's only in hindsight where everyone keeps bringing it up and throwing it back in their face. And now, I want to take you back to the summer. Yeah. The general consensus amongst Chelsea fans was, we want Nicholas Jackson out. Not good enough. Not a Chelsea striker. Scored double figures 2 years in a row, but not good enough. Not a Chelsea striker. Misses too many chances. We want Nicholas Jackson out. Did the sporting directors get rid of him? Yeah, they did. Yeah. So they've done exactly what the fans wanted. The fans wanted him out. He was gone. Then we replaced him with Liam Delap. Not Victor Osimhen. Not Harry Kane. Liam Delap. Was there a massive kick-off about that amongst the fan base? No. Oh, it's a great deal. For that much money, you won't get a better striker than Liam Delap. Look what he did at Ipswich. If he can score that many goals for Ipswich, we give him more chances. He'll score more goals. He'll be a 20-goal-a-season striker. He's world-class. That was the general consensus when we signed Liam Delap. It's only now that he's been absolutely shit that everyone's gone, why did we sign him for? That's the sporting directors again, that is. That's really poor from them. No. You all wanted him. You all wanted him as well. Same way you all wanted Jamie Gittins. Same way you all wanted Alejandro Garnacho. You wanted all of these players. João Pedro was one of the best signings of the decade when we made it. Scored a few goals in the Club World Cup, and everyone went, oh my God, he might be our best ever signing.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's easy in hindsight to slag off the sporting directors, but they're actually just doing what the fans are telling them to do. The fans are causing a lot of this. Again, I'm talking about the social media fans, but I am absolutely convinced that our board spend far too much time on social media.
It is, well, we know that certain podcasts get shown to the manager. Still can't get over it. Still can't believe that was used. That was actually used. It was just, oh my word. Oh.
But I can completely understand wanting the sporting directors out, but no one is moaning about what they are doing when they are doing it. Now, this is where I'll give myself some credit. I didn't want Liam Delap in the first place.
Yeah.
I said from the start that was a stupid deal. I said the same about Jamie Gittins. I said the same about Garnacho. You've got to look at these. In fact, I think the only one that I think I was probably a bit harsh on was João Pedro, because I actually think he's probably doing a decent job for the money that we paid and the amount of goals he's got. I think he's got 6 goals now in the Premier League. It's not good, but it's not horrendous either. And I do think he's had flashes where he has been a good player. So I think I was a bit harsh on him. But the other ones, I can look at it on face value. I did it the year before with Dewsbury Hall. Everyone got excited about Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Oh, well, he comes in, he knows the system. Maresca will get the best out of him. Oh, he's really good. No, he's not. He's shit. Championship player. He's shit. And he came in and he was shit because that's what he is. And fans have got to stop doing it. Call them out when they are doing it, or don't do it at all. You cannot celebrate signing Liam Delap in the summer and then use it as a stick to beat the sporting directors with now just because he's turned out to be shit. Don't celebrate it then, because I could have told you in the summer that move was fucking stupid and it's turned out to be. And I just think, you get United or you don't. If they don't sign genuine, ready-made, top-class players, don't celebrate it. Because that way, it might actually turn their head into thinking, well, actually, the fans want us to sign a Victor Osimhen now. They don't want us to sign a 21-year-old who no one's ever heard of, or who has had one good year at Brentford. They don't want that anymore. They want the experienced players now, and we're going to lose them if we don't do that. Stop celebrating signing these mediocre players.
Well, look, we've had the expense. Well, we've brought the chairs in. We've got them at the table. So now I'm presenting you the expensive turkey of a project. Because if this was June and we were doing keep, sell or loan, I think I would only keep a handful. I don't think I'd get to 5 players. I really don't think I would. And this is a squad that's had over £1 billion spent on it. The fact that I've just said that is damning. I mean, the fact I'm even saying that we need more signings, that tells you everything about how rotten the whole project is. And this isn't on Maresca. I'm not even looking at the man. He was appointed by, which you've just brought up, the sporting directors and this ownership. They are the same people overall who have built a mess. I mean, we're below Liverpool. Yeah. We're level with Manchester United. These are 2 teams we're told are having awful seasons. Oh, they're shocking. What does that say about our season then? The squad.
If you listen to our fans, we're having a great season.
I mean, I don't look. The squad's naive. That's what happens when you build a team without enough actual adults in the room. I think we'll still be having this conversation in 6 months and then in 12 months. This is how the club's being run. This is standard now, and everyone knows. You've just said Osimhen. Everyone knows we need a top class striker. Everyone knows we need a top class defender. Naturally, Chris, I don't know if you've seen the papers. We are linked. We've actually got a big signing coming in. We are linked with Leicester City winger Jeremy Monga, age 16. Of course we are. We don't have enough. We don't have enough left wingers, do we? We need one of those. Yeah. Chelsea. I can't believe I get to do this. Chelsea need to stop signing players.
Yeah.
They need to stop signing kids. They need to stop wasting money. You need to buy 2 or 3 elite proven players and be done with it. A serious summer window. Chris, remember under Mourinho's second spell? What did we do that summer?
Signed Fabregas and Costa.
We didn't need anybody else. Job done.
I know. That's what happened. He walked into the board. We walked into Abramovich at the time and said, "Give me Fabregas and Costa, we win the league." And for me, that's what a good owner does. Because if a manager comes to you and says, "Give me these 2 players, I'll win the league," well, you either fly or die on that sword then. Because I'll give you them players, and if you don't win the league, you're gone.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair trade. And that's what Maresca needs to do now. If he's got any balls, walk into the ownership and say, give me these 2 players in the summer and we'll compete for the title. And if we don't, you can sack me.
Yeah.
But I only actually think we are 2 players away. I think you give us a really top quality, experienced centre half and a centre forward, and I think the gap to the top closes massively.
I said only a few days ago, before Christmas, when we were linked with Semenyo, and then we pulled out. We asked about the deal, and we've heard the deal. Oh no, we're not interested. And I said, I promise you, before the end of December, you will get news that Chelsea are interested or close to signing some wonder kid that you have never heard of. Now, to be fair to young Jeremy, I'm sure people do know of him because of last season. Probably because he was one of the players that whenever he played couldn't have Leicester's shirt sponsor on him because it's a betting sponsor. And I think that's why, that's weird. Why is that? Oh, he's 16. That makes sense. But this is the thing, if we park the signings, because I'm going to have to bring it up anyway. Let me look at the signing based issues with this ownership. 4 years in May, roughly May, we'll have had under their ownership. We still have no elite striker, no elite left winger. So I'll park that. We have no front of shirt sponsor. Never had one under this ownership long term. We've got no stadium plan. No idea what's going to happen with Stamford Bridge or the new stadium, Earl's Court. No idea. We have a defence full of okay players. And we also have got to give it to sporting directors who, in my eyes, have failed. And yet somehow they've succeeded. So what I think then is, if they have succeeded, success is being measured by balance sheets instead of football.
Yeah.
I don't see how someone's going to say, we've won the Club World Cup, Mike, we won the Conference League. I can't say that that's not an achievement, because it is.
Winning the Conference League isn't.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point. I look at the whole picture, though, and I go, have we improved, though? The league says no.
Well, we've got worse.
It feels that way.
We're 6 points worse off than we was this time last season, and in a lower league position.
Well, yeah, we are. As of time recording, we're 5th. So
yeah, so I don't understand. This isn't progress; it's regression. But at the same time, I honestly do think the worst mistake this ownership have made is the managerial appointments.
Yeah,
all of the managerial appointments, I think they've got wrong. I don't agree with the model that they're doing, but I think they've assembled a squad that is good enough to finish in the top 4 in the Premier League under the right manager. But they keep putting the wrong person in charge. You can't have inexperienced managers leading inexperienced players. I think if instead of appointing Poch, which was never going to work because of the Tottenham connection, that was a mistake. Graham Potter, again, no experience at elite level, the high end elite level, top 6 clubs, teams who want to compete in Europe. No experience of that. And then they've done the same with Enzo Maresca. You put you put Carlo Ancelotti in charge of this team, it finishes in the top 4. And I think it finishes in the top 4 quite comfortably. You put Antonio Conte in charge of it, it finishes in the top 4.
Yeah. I will argue very, very strongly that project managers are great and all. That I don't think it's a Chelsea thing. I don't think it works for us, because I put 2 of the biggest examples I can ever say. Antonio Conte came in, we won the title. Yep. Next, Thomas Tuchel didn't even need pre-season. He came in, he won the Champions League. And bless him, he's doing great at Coventry, and wishing him great over there, Frank. Really, legend of the club. I don't know how that team, at the first half, watching them under Frank Lampard, the season we won the Champions League, versus after. It's like watching 2 complete different teams.
And this is what I keep...
It shows you that manager impact is real. It's there.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand. Whenever you talk to, especially the Maresca in people, so not the people who are sitting on the fence, the real Maresca in people, the ones who absolutely love him. The thing they keep throwing back in your face is these players aren't good enough. Every manager would have the same problem. Sacking the manager won't work. But it does work. Roman Abramovich did it for 20 years and it worked every time. I don't remember off the top of my head, and you might correct me if I'm wrong, I don't ever remember Abramovich sacking a manager and us getting worse. And when you bear in mind, he sacked Mourinho, Ancelotti, who had both won titles, at a point where, I mean, he sacked Ancelotti for finishing second.
Yeah.
We didn't get worse. Normally, when we sacked a manager, we won something. Gus Hiddink comes in, wins the FA Cup. Thomas Tuchel comes in, wins the Champions League. Di Matteo comes in, wins the Champions League and the FA Cup.
And the FA Cup. Yeah. Oh, my word.
Benitez comes in, wins the Europa
League.
League.
Yeah.
Because what people don't understand is, yes, sometimes some players just aren't good enough. And that is true. And I do think there are some players that we have right now who aren't good enough for the Premier League and aren't good enough for a club like Chelsea. That is completely fair and a given. But at the same time, you can get a manager in who for 6 to 12 months can make them good enough. For out of nowhere, they get players performing at a level that they shouldn't perform at. It's like what Ranieri did at Leicester. He managed for 12 months to get that team to perform at a level they should never have been anywhere near. Project managers don't work.
Yeah. Who's your third loser?
Moises Caicedo.
Okay.
Oh my God. Now listen, I've had to put him on here, even though it's harsh because it's his first bad game in God knows how long, like so long ago you can't even remember it. But fuck me, was he absolutely dreadful. I think this was his worst game in a Chelsea shirt since his debut.
Wow.
All he did first half was foul people. How he didn't get booked in the first half, I think, is incredible because he committed at least 4 fouls in the first half. And you think, what are you doing? Stop diving in on people. And then second half, I'm pretty sure he disappeared. The amount of times Villa managed to play a ball that broke our midfield line and someone would turn and run at our back 4. And when they showed the replay, Caicedo wasn't even in shot. I thought, where is he then? Where's he gone? Because if you're playing as a holding midfielder and the opposition defender plays into a number 10 and he turns and runs at the back 4 and you're not in shot, where are you? Because that's where you should be. I can understand you're losing your man, but you should be in shot. Like, there was one, I can't remember who it was now, but they played a ball through more sort of left-hand central side, sort of that left-hand half space. And Morgan Rogers started running at the back 4. Moises Caicedo was doing a recovery run with Cucurella at left back. And I thought, why are you over there? I don't understand where you've gone. Positionally, he was all over the place. I really don't know what was wrong with him, but honestly, I couldn't believe how bad he was. The midfield in the second half was embarrassingly bad. It literally disappeared. There wasn't one. There was no midfield at all in the second half. And Caicedo is as a senior player who that's your role in the team, you need to be controlling that and pulling people in, saying, listen, I'm getting done in here. You need to come in with me for 5 minutes because every time they're playing out, I'm getting done. 3 against 1 here. Like, you need to come in. Did nothing, just disappeared. I don't know what was wrong with him, but yeah, really, really, really bad game.
I will round out my losers, my third and final, with an overreaction.
Overreaction, you think?
I've got summer 2026 as a loser. I've gone well ahead. I forgot Christmas has passed. I'm now looking at Christmas future because here it is. Next summer, you're going to start hearing players like Cole Palmer, Esteval, maybe some others, quietly talking to their agents to apply pressure. Not because of a game, but because belief in the whole project's fading.
Yep.
Palmer, fucking hell, he hasn't looked happy all season. And I know he's got a dodgy groin, fair enough. He just doesn't look happy though. And Esteval, I mean, he might as well have had his name engraved on the bench for Christmas. I still can't believe it took that long for him to come on. This looked like a get him on. He's he does have the ability to change the game. And players of that quality need to feel part of something meaningful. And if they don't, they're going to agitate. Cole Palmer, you might go, no, he won't. Cole Palmer, he's on a long deal. It means nothing. We know this club has said it before. If you're unhappy, leave. Come on. Palmer and Esteval. I mean, if you finish this season with a whimper, I can see serious problems brewing in that dressing room. Because if I could, I'll put it this way. If I could ask you, listener, right now a question, I'd ask you this. And I'm going to put it in the Spotify as well as a poll. Take a moment, yes or no question. Do you believe in this project under this ownership? That's what I'd say. And do you believe it can win a Premier League title? No. I would say no. I don't believe it can win a Do I believe it could win a Champions League? I actually do. Because we can play cup football. We've done it against Club World Cup. We've got proof there. We can do knockout. But a 38-game season.
And you know what?
Don't believe
I honestly do think the main reason why I would lose faith in this project isn't because of the player recruitment. It's the managerial one. They will never appoint a top-level manager. One, because they probably wouldn't agree to work under these conditions.
Correct.
And two, because they are absolutely obsessed with looking long-term, while the short term is shit. They want to appoint a manager where they're like, right, he's going to be in charge for 5 years. No, for me, every manager who you appoint, you're on a year basis. I'll judge it in May. Congratulations, you got the job. You got the job in August. Brilliant. We'll have another sit down in May and we'll see how the season's gone. And then if you're good, we'll keep you on. And then we'll review it the May after. Look at Arne Slot at Liverpool. Comes in first year, wins the title. So you would think there, as an ownership, right, that's it, lock him down to a 7-year deal. No. Because then this happens the second season. So again, we'll review it in May. And if let's say Liverpool finish 6th this year, they won't, but let's say they finish 6th this year, he would have win the title, one of the worst drop-offs in history. So then you go, okay, now I'll give you the 3rd year because you've got credit in the bank from winning the league and then you've had an off season. Let's see what season number 3 brings. That's how you build a project. You build a project by judging it by what's happening, and then eventually it snowballs into a project. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, prime examples of this. The reason why they was in the job so long, they kept winning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fact. Absolute fact. Who's your 4th loser?
Cole Palmer.
Well, yeah.
I honestly, I think the main argument for sacking Maresca is just to get Cole Palmer back. Because when we sacked Poch, and this isn't me glazing Poch, but I'm just saying statistically, you look at it, Poch got the best out of Palmer. When we sacked Poch, we sold Palmer at the same time. Because we've never had that Cole Palmer again. Except for the September and October of the first season Maresca came in. We've never had that Cole Palmer again. Except for
maybe the Club World Cup final.
Yeah, except for in flashes.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now, I agree with what you were saying. I honestly think eventually he will ask for a move. For 2 reasons. One, he'll lose faith that this team's ever going to be successful. And 2, he left Man City because he didn't want to play under a system manager, and then we've given him a system manager. The alarm bells in this ownership should have been ringing after the Conference League final, when Cole Palmer was asked at the end about whether what he did in the last 15 minutes was a tactical switch from the manager, and he said, no, I just decided that we needed to win the game, so I just ignored the tactical plan and just did what I wanted to do. If you've got a player saying that, that's a problem. Because I
Yeah.
never heard a player say that under Alex Ferguson. I never heard a player say that under Mourinho, under Conte. Go, no, I just did what I wanted to do. I thought, ignore him. He's a twat. He ain't got a fucking clue what he's going on about. I'll just do my own thing and
Yeah.
win us the game because the way he's asking me to play, I'm winning shit. That should have rang alarm bells for everybody. And Cole Palmer, there was a moment yesterday where I looked at him, and this was in the first half when we was on top. I looked at him and I thought, if I was you, I'd ask to be subbed off here. Because Cole Palmer likes to operate in the inside right half space. That's where he loves to play. Not wide on the right, but not as a number 10, in between the two. Which is why it was so perfect when he played on the right with an overlapping fullback. It just opened up all that space on the inside for him to go. It was lovely. And he was absolutely loving life. There was a moment in the first half where Cole Palmer stood in that position that he loves, inside right half space. On the right-hand side, he had Reece James and Pedro Neto within 10 yards of him. Reece James, horizontal to him, perfectly in line, right on the touchline. Pedro Neto about 5 yards further forward, making a little triangle with them. On the inside of him to the left, he had Enzo Fernandez. And then directly vertical to him, to the goal, he had João Pedro. Reece James played him a pass, maybe a 3-yard pass. And I looked at it and I thought, where do you expect him to go with that ball? Because no matter what direction he travels in, he's going to hit his own player. João Pedro, Pedro Neto, and Enzo Fernandez in that situation was all defending Cole Palmer. I thought, move away, lads. Just give him space to operate. Pedro Neto's got to go really high and wide there for me. João Pedro should be in the box. I don't know why he's coming over getting involved. And Enzo Fernandez should think, well, I'm going to operate on the other half space because if Palmer gets that ball off Reece James, he's going to want to come across the pitch on the inside onto his stronger left foot and get a shot off or play a pass. No. Let's all go and crowd him. And I looked at it and I thought, yeah, he's got no chance of succeeding in this team. Absolutely no chance because we've put him in an area of the pitch where there's literally no space for him to operate. You give him space, he is deadly, Cole Palmer. But if you stifle
100%.
his space, it doesn't matter how talented you are. You look at Messi at Barcelona. When you actually really watch clips of Messi at Barcelona, every time he received the ball, none of his teammates was within 20 yards of him because they've give him space to play. They've moved away from him on purpose, knowing get the ball to him and he'll do the rest. But we go and stifle Palmer by going in really narrow and making him operate in an area where our own players are acting as defenders. It's ridiculous.
Who's your final loser today?
Discipline.
Oh, yeah. Well, we know there's an investigation because apparently a coach or a player threw a water bottle. Of course they did.
It was funny because I was watching the game with my brother, who's a Villa fan, and he was absolutely screwing after the first 60 minutes about how bad Villa was. When Ollie Watkins scored the equaliser, I turned to him and I said, you'll win this now because we'll lose our heads, we'll lose discipline, we'll commit loads of stupid fouls, and we'll let you get on top of the game for the last half an hour. And he said to me, no, we've been that bad today. He said, I still think you've got a chance to win this. 10 minutes later, he turned to me and he went, no, you was right. As soon as things go wrong, this team loses all its discipline. The shape goes, the calmness goes. And one of the worst players for this is Enzo Fernandez. You're one of the most experienced players on the pitch now. You're vice captain, and you're getting booked for mouthing off at the referee. What are you doing? You should be calming people down now, not getting involved. But then Reece James was the same, screaming at the fourth official. What are you doing? You're meant to be the calming influence. You're meant to be the one who's making sure that the rest of the team are keeping their heads in a situation where the game that we were so comfortable in has started to get away from us. Let's all keep calm heads. Let's just calm down, rein a few people in, Malo Gusto came on at left back. Now here's what I mean about lack of discipline. Malo Gusto comes on at left back. He ends up on right wing. How? How are you that far out of position? I know you're inverting, but don't take the piss. That's not inverting, mate. That's switching. That's just going over the other side of the pitch. And I looked at it and I thought, that sums us up. Everyone's lost shape. They've lost their discipline. Everyone's just gone chasing the ball, playing their own game. We looked so disjointed. As soon as this team faces any sort of adversity, they fold like a deck of cards.
You know what? It's also interesting. Did we not listen to Charles de Ketelaere when he said that he knew Chelsea would wilt in the second half against Atalanta? Did it again.
Which, do you know what's really funny?
Might list best to listen to these players that actually say this shit.
Was talking to a Villa fan today, and they said that actually, when you look at it, Villa was terrible for 60 minutes. But I think that was their plan. Just stifle us and stay in the game for 60 minutes and then make it a 30-minute game. And in a 30-minute game in the second half, we'll lose. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as Emery made them subs, every single Villa player elevated. That wasn't because the subs was top class. That's just because they knew that's the trigger for we're going to win the game now.
Yeah. What's your emoji? I went with shrug because it just felt was that
I've got the exit sign because it's time for Maresca to go. I'm saying it now out loud. I want him out.
Fair enough. I will go to our Lions. I have no idea what I picked. Please tell me I picked Reece. Let's have a look. I had Sanchez. Come on!
Done.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's class. Come on!
You had Enzo Fernandez. You're not having that.
He was absolute dog shit.
The wheel went Badiashile, and I said he won't start. Well, the wheel knew.
It was wrong. Really wrong.
It was wrong. And Berth had João Pedro, who did score.
Yeah, but
I can't allow that.
It's you all day. And he's the actual lion, I reckon.
Woo! I'm really happy with that. I don't know. I think it was because I was expecting a hard game against Villa. So you need your keeper to be in tip-top form.
And he was.
It won't come. He was. So I will go to the preview. I'm trying to type this in the spreadsheet and it's not letting me. So we are having a quiet one. Hello, Bournemouth. Are we welcoming them? Yes, we are. We are welcoming them to the Stamford Bridge. They're 15th in the Premier League. 5 wins, 7 draws, 6 defeats. It's not good news. They have no wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats in the last 5. That is not what I want to see. I know what we're like.
I'm sorry.
I don't like this.
But
player spotlight.
Honestly, these have literally just got battered 4-1 by Brentford.
Yes, but you've missed the point that they're out of form. It's not good. Player spotlight. I'd say Semenyo. It might be his final game for Bournemouth on the road. He might never, ever see the away fans for Bournemouth because he probably will be off to Man City. The last time that Bournemouth did beat us at Stamford Bridge was the 14th of December in a year I have not wrote down.
Last year,
That's
probably.
Helpful. Why have I not wrote that down? Well, Bournemouth, Chelsea history. Let's have a look. I've got to give the year because when I give the number 1, people are going to be like, I don't know that. It was 20. Fucking hell, of course. It was 2024. No, it wasn't. No. At Stamford Bridge, they beat us 14th of December 2019. That was when we lost at Stamford Bridge. At the bridge, yes. Yeah. What was the UK number 1? It was the worst song ever recorded. It was Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Awful song. Oh, it haunted me in that year. Haunted me. Right, what is your lion pick for this? This is tough.
This is tough, but honestly, this has got to be a comfortable 3-0 home win. It just has to be.
I did spin the wheel. It's not muted. There we go. Oh, wheel, don't take the piss. No, wheel. Bad wheel. It's gone Jamie Gittins. Why have you done that?
I'm going...
No.
João Pedro.
Oh, it's over. Yeah. I can't argue with that. João Pedro. I usually do a double back-to-back. I've had a habit of that. You know what? He didn't play. No, I can't. I'd go Esteval.
No,
I
he'll
don't
get
believe
12 minutes, man.
Yeah, I'm not convinced he'll do anything. I'm not going to be. I'm going to go Pedro Neto.
Oh yeah, well, he might turn up.
Because I know
for this
he
game,
will
because he
play.
didn't turn up. He had a game off, didn't he, against Villa?
Well, yeah, it's Christmas break. It's Christmas break. He's allowed that. Right, end our match preview with Blue versus Who. I forgot about this. I have an audio clue for this one. Sweet.
Ooh.
So, last season in this fixture, it ended Chelsea 2, Bournemouth 2. I just need to know which player scored the stoppage time equaliser in this clip.
Palmer, left-footed. It favours the right-footed. It certainly does. 2-2. Is back in business.
So you know it's a set piece.
And I know it's a right footer.
Yeah, yes.
Reece James.
Reece James, yet again. Yes, it was. Reece James in the deep in. I remember that equaliser. I can't believe he pulled it off. I was well impressed by that. It was incredible. Oh, second question. Bournemouth first visited Stamford Bridge in the Premier League during the 15-16 season, and they shocked us with a 1-0 win. And in doing so, they became only the fourth promoted team to win an away match against the reigning Premier League champions. So, who was the last promoted side to achieve this feat before Bournemouth in 15-16? And which champions did they beat? I'm happy to give clues if you can't get it straight off.
Well, I definitely can't get it straight off.
Okay, so
I would like some clues, please.
They beat this team at their ground on the 20th of October 2001.
Fucking hell. Okay. So 2001, that would mean that it will be the champions from
0001.
2001 champions,
Yes.
which was... It's got to be Man United, I thought.
That is correct. It was at Old Trafford. So who was the team promoted from the good old First Division, as it was called? I could even give you the three teams.
I'll have a guess first, and then if it's wrong, give me the three newly promoted teams.
Sounds good.
Wolves.
Ooh. Wasn't Wolves. We did have, for some reason, it's pulled up the wrong team, even though the playoffs are right there, and it's given me the wrong team. It was the team that came up through the playoffs.
Okay, give me the two teams who came up automatically that year.
Fulham and Blackburn Rovers came up that year. The teams in the playoffs that year were West Brom, Birmingham City, Preston North End. It's not them. You know it's not Preston.
Yeah, it's definitely not Preston.
And Bolton. So Bolton, Blues or West Brom. Or Preston.
It's definitely not Preston.
No.
It's not. No. No, it's not. It's not Blues.
Preston beat them. So, you know, it's now Bolton or West Brom.
Bolton?
Yes, it was indeed. It was Bolton Wanderers who beat Man United on that.
Sam Allardyce's Bolton.
Classic standard, isn't it? And finally, put these former Bournemouth players, former Blue Bournemouth players in order of when they first joined Chelsea.
Oh, fucking hell. Here we go.
So we've got to switch it round. So it's Dominic Solanke, Gary Cahill, Kepa, Nathan Ake and Ryan Bertrand when they first joined us.
Right.
I don't think it's as... Well, yeah, it's pretty... Yeah.
Solanke, Kepa, Ake. Who is the other ones?
Cahill, Kepa, Ake, Bertrand.
Fucking hell. Solanke's first because he was in our academy as a kid. So he's got to be first. Well, no,
There's other academy players in there. Just helping you along. That's all I'm doing. Just helping you along.
yeah, that's true. Well, Cahill wasn't in our academy because we
That is
signed him
true.
from Villa.
Yeah.
So, Kepa obviously not. Kepa possibly last year.
2018, he is last.
Ake, Bertrand. It's got to be Bertrand, isn't it, first? Because he came
2010?
through the... Yeah. Ryan Bertrand first.
2010, yes.
Right, then Ake or Solanke. No, actually, because Cahill joined in 2012. Joined us in 2012.
Officially 2011, but yes, you are sort of, yeah.
Yeah, Cahill next
Sure.
then.
Yeah.
Then
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Ake.
Yes,
Ben Ake.
2012. Yeah, 2012. And then Solanke. Yeah,
Then Solanke
2014.
and then Kepa.
Nicely done. Oh, I've got Quaresma's questions. We have a fuckload here. Really good ones, actually. Ben, I think we need 2022 Beth Mead. So I'm quickly remembering, how many goals did she score in that season? We need a lot of goals here. I can't remember how many she got. Played for Arsenal, so she's going to grab a lot of goals and assists. What was her stats that year? 2022. 11 in 22. Yeah, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 in 2. Yeah, you need
1 in
that.
2.
Rubicon, how can Maresca stuff it when he isn't even on the bench? Bloody hell. Vic, you know what? Vic's is interesting. Are we worse this season than last?
No, I think we're the same. I honestly do think we're the same. We did this exact same thing at the same time last season.
Oh, John, you've pulled it out of my brain, this one. Wonder if you'll agree. I don't get excited when we score because I expect this to happen. That is exactly how I feel with goals now. It's not so much the VAR where you go, oh, it's hold back. It's just, oh, we're going to capitulate again. I don't feel confident holding a lead anymore.
Yeah, I mean, especially at home.
Even
do you know
worse.
we've got the worst home record in the league from winning
Of course
positions.
we have. Of course. Oh yeah, I saw that match of the day. What an awful stat to have.
It's really bad.
Oh.
Isn't it like, is it 11 points or something we've dropped from winning positions at home?
Yes, it's definitely 11 points from winning positions because I remember seeing that.
That is shocking. That would put us in the title race, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So fucking hell, yeah, that is bad.
I'm just looking at the stat now. No side has dropped more points than winning positions in the Premier League this season than Chelsea.
He is right though. It's hard at the minute because I think I struggle to get excited when we score because you are expecting this to happen. And also, a lot of the times when we score, it's when we've been shit. Like, remember the Everton game a couple of weeks ago where we won 2-0?
Yeah.
We was absolutely shit by the time Cole Palmer scored. We'd played that shit that I was already annoyed at him. So I wasn't happy we'd scored because I thought we've been absolute dog shit.
I've just seen it says that we've dropped 11 points from winning positions at home this season and 13 overall. Last season, so whole 38 games, 15 points. So it does look like we might annoyingly break the record for ourselves.
Yeah, so we're getting worse at holding leads.
That ain't good.
And I do think that comes down to what you were saying about teams know now. Teams know that we're fragile in the last 30 minutes. So they're just waiting. They're waiting for it.
Well, when it comes to something, when obviously it was at Atalanta, when Charles de Ketelaere, he was like, oh, well, we knew Chelsea would do this. And we just timed ourselves. And you go, well, if an opposition player can see that, shouldn't we we haven't learned because we've repeated the same mistake. So we've accepted that is our identity. We mock Spurs for being Spursy. We're doing a Chelsea thing now. where we just we did have your dog, and then we let go of the lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another dog. Like what? No, yeah, because we're getting to the point now where we're letting go of the lead, and we're being punished for it. It's not, we could come back. Well, we don't want to do that. How about we just take control? We score the 2, we score the 3.
I can't remember the last time though we played well for 90 minutes.
I mean, I'll bring it up. We did it against Wolves. Beautiful, perfect first half. I was feet up, having chats with the the Wolves fans, the home support. Oh, second half, hang on a minute. Are we about to watch a cup upset?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. What we doing?
I honestly cannot remember off the top of my head the last time we played well for 90 minutes. Barcelona, maybe?
That's not great. And that, you could say, was helped by their high line.
And the fact they got someone sent off.
That is also accurate. Yeah, it's got to be sorted. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually fair. Yeah, we got to sort that. It'll only bite us in the back.
Oh, it's a problem though that needs solving on the training ground, and clearly it's not being solved on the training ground at all.
No, that's why we need to. I'm hoping for something against Bournemouth.
We'll beat Bournemouth, and then everyone will start talking about how great we are again until we lose the next game away at Man City, where we lose 4-0 and Haaland absolutely rips us apart.
Maybe.
Because this is the problem. The fans go through the same cycle. It's we're the worst team in the world. Win a game, we're the best team in the world. Lose the next game, we're the worst team in the world. No, we're not either. We're just somewhere in between. We're not the best. We're not the worst. We're right there in mediocrity, which is the last place you want to be.
Yeah, true. Oh, listeners, look, we're at the end of our episode. Thank you for tuning in. And before we go, don't forget we are proudly partnered with Head in the Game, mental health charities and football support wellbeing and community. Find out more at headthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back. Don't know when we'll be back. Maybe Thursday. I don't know. We'll work something out. I haven't really thought about that because that's New Year's Eve day. Christmas. I don't fucking know. We'll find out. So till then, and then we'll talk Chelsea and Bournemouth, won't we? So until then, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.